Hey, good afternoon, barely here. Yeah, 105. Okay, we are into the afternoon. This is going to be a little bit more of a free-flowing kind of update where I'm going to be taking you through a lot of scenarios and not just necessarily focusing on the generalities of the future here. We are going to be talking particularly about that severe threat on Monday. And it looks like it is picking up. It looks like things are lining up to where we're going to get a couple of waves of these storms. It's going to come through pretty quickly, but it looks like some potent ingredients coming together. Now, some of them are just enough, but then you get the other stuff in there like the wind shear and the sheer strength of the system, and it looks like we're going to see the threat for severe weather pick up as soon as early tomorrow afternoon. But right now you would not know it. 68 degrees, dew point's 37. Feels beautiful outside. Had a nice cool morning, and that's of course all going to change here in the next less than 24 hours. About 24 hours from now, these storms should be firing up. Temperatures range from the mid 60s out east to the low 70s to the west. We are going to see this dry air stick around for today, but it's going to quickly get shoved out of here tonight. And here's everything kind of starting to come together right now on the satellite. We have showers and thunderstorms off to our northwest. The first little wave here, a pretty significant one, is pushing through Texas, up through Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma. But this out here, this big blob of showers and thunderstorms and clouds, you see the lightning strikes showing up there in the Four Corners region. This is going to come out, and this is going to create a low pressure system over our area and just to our north, more importantly. That's going to pull all that warmth and moisture back in, and it's going to bring us that chance for severe weather. So this is just kind of table setting here. You see on the radar now those thunderstorms, a marginal risk for severe weather up in North Texas and southern Oklahoma today as this lead wave comes through and starts to kind of, as I said in yesterday's update, prime the pump. But out west in the Four Corners region, that's where this system, this big upper level feature, is now starting to pivot this way. And as that happens, we are going to see thunderstorms develop quickly for tomorrow. But quickly for today, 71 degrees at 2. About 68 by 5 p.m. We drop off quickly in the evening, and then we plane out there on temperatures. May even see them pop back up a couple of degrees as that warmth and moisture moves in from the southwest. So temperatures today, 73, 75, will be up around that range, and then we're going to drop off, as I said, then we level out. And you can see this warmth and moisture. I mean, it's just the temperatures here, but you get the idea. As we get from late or early morning, late night into tomorrow, you can just see this all come right back up from the southwest. Look at how it doesn't take much time. And yeah, Natchitoches at 65 there. That's because this particular model is resolving a thunderstorm over you at that point. But it's going to warm up because these storms are going to be hitting during that peak heating of the day. That means we get a better chance to see stronger instability, which I think is going to be adequate and possibly a little bit extra now, because we're going to see this happening during that peak heating of the day and could see temperatures getting up to near 80. If we do see that, then I think the severe threat gets even higher. So looking at the severe weather outlook for tomorrow, we're now in an enhanced risk for severe weather. This is a level 3 of 5. It looks like I don't think it's going to go further than this, but this is an upgrade. This is a sign of everything kind of coming together, and this means we're going to see scattered storms in the area, scattered severe storms in the area. And unfortunately, the reason this enhanced risk was put in place is because there is now a strong tornado threat. So we have the tornado outlook, but 10% within 25 miles of a point. That's your chance to see something close by. It doesn't mean you're going to see one. Again, even on the worst tornado days, chances are you're going to miss out on this. But it's something we want to be watching for closely. As we're far enough north, we're away from that marine layer influence, the cooler Gulf waters. This is where things are going to come together. This is where the ingredients really do combine to bring that threat for not only severe weather, but tornadoes. And here is that area that is outlined in the strong tornado potential from Leesville right on down 28 to Alexandria up to Faraday, basically the northern, I'd say 2/3 of the area. That's where this greatest risk for strong tornadoes of F2 or stronger, EF2 or stronger intensity is possible. So we're definitely going to be watching very closely, and we'll be covering this live as everything unfolds tomorrow. Now, of course, that's going to be the big headline there. But as these storms kind of congeal into a line, I think the strong damaging wind threat is going to be here area-wide. It's going to intensify as we get further east. That's where we get that kind of congealing into a line. And when that happens and those storms kind of join forces, that's when we get those stronger wind gusts that could be even in excess of 60, 70 miles per hour. Also, this is an all modes threat here. There is a threat for severe hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger. I think this is your least of the three threats, but it's certainly something we're going to be watching. We're going to be watching it all. You know that. So this is what we call future storm strength. This is the instability. And right now, there's nothing overhead, hardly any clouds, no instability in place, but watch what happens and how quickly it happens as that warmth and moisture returns to the area. By about 5 a.m. tomorrow, we're starting to see that instability crank up. And look at this out ahead of this system. It just really comes in off the Gulf of Mexico, and we get those dew points back up close to 70, temperatures near 80. It cools off as you go higher in the atmosphere. That's a recipe for instability, and it's going to come in here, and we're going to tap into that, and we're going to see these storms. That's one thing models are showing. Every model I'm looking at shows not only the squall line, but the potential for supercells ahead of that squall line along what we call a prefrontal trough. So that's just a little area of convergence that can get these individual storms to form, which is exactly what we don't want to see. So plenty of instability there. That's going to sweep out after that. But another thing to look at here is that future wind pattern. Winds have already turned around to the south, but they're really going to increase. And they're going to be from the south-southeast earlier in the day. As this wind profile strengthens and we get those storms to develop out ahead, notice that it's mainly from the south or even just east of south in parts of the area. Along the front, west of Natchitoches, you veer around to more of a southwesterly direction. That's why I think the storms that are in that squall line along the cold front are going to have a little bit of a lower chance of tornadoes, and the ones out ahead of it could have a higher chance, and that's where I think we would see the potential for a couple of strong tornadoes. Regardless, going to be gusty winds. You can see here the storms as they move through. The scale up there showing the wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour is very possible as this low pressure passes off to our north and puts us in a very favorable zone for severe weather. So I'm thinking probably around 2 o'clock is when things fire up. I'm going to take you through a model run to show you kind of a good depiction of what I think is going to happen. And it's going to probably be out of here by 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening. Some models even show it sooner than that. So this is not going to be an all-night thing. Behind it, see the winds turn around to the northwest, 20 to 25 mile an hour gusts, and we are left with a very nice Tuesday and Wednesday. And really, Thanksgiving's looking pretty good as well. This is the HRRR. This model has been doing very well lately, so let's just take a look and see what we're getting from this. We get a few sprinkles to come through today, and then things by about 11 a.m. tomorrow. That's when you notice a big change is happening. Big storms up around Shreveport. Again, this is a model. This is not exactly what's going to happen, but it gives us a good idea. And we step just a few hours in advance and look at those storms ahead of the main line. That's what we don't want to see, and that is what a lot of models are showing. So these are isolated supercells that, again, would have all modes of severe weather possible, including large hail, isolated damaging wind, and yes, isolated tornadoes are possible. Given the combination of ingredients, that possibility for a strong tornado or two is possible. This model is pretty fast in getting things out of here, so that first line moves through, the backside, that cold front comes on in, we get another wave of storms. Places where we see two waves, you may end up getting a couple inches of rain, which is just the smallest silver lining in all of this. But most of us see a half an inch to an inch and a half. By about 9 or 10 o'clock, these are approaching Baton Rouge, and then they just hightail it to the east quickly, and we are left with some really nice weather. But we have a lot to go through before that. Let's take a look at the 7-day, and I will kind of give you an idea on the programming as to what we're going to be doing here over the next couple of days. Yeah, there is a severe chance on Monday. We've been talking all about that. After this, temperatures cool back into the low 60s to upper 50s. Overnight lows safely above freezing, it looks like, but it's going to be chilly. Great Thanksgiving to be outside enjoying things, and I think those rain chances stay pretty low on Thursday. I'm watching that Friday to Saturday time frame for some rain, so if you have some post-Thanksgiving plans like us, we're doing our thing on Friday. So if you have some outdoor stuff there, you could run into some rainfall. So let's go back to just web. Hey, I'm back. I'm sorry. Didn't realize that one didn't have any sound. Okay, I was talking about the programming note. I'll just put myself over the 7-day here. Maybe I can move myself. Nope, can't do that. Okay, so we're going to be going live. It looks like tomorrow morning. I'm going to do my live. Tom's going to be live later today. And then beyond that, we're going to be talking about the severe threat as it unfolds. We're going to be streaming things live as we get these storms developing out to the west and moving through. So we're going to be learning along with you on that, but we're going to take care of you the same way we always have with the text updates. We're going to have the app shooting out the notifications and live updates on social media, YouTube, all that stuff. You're going to know where to find us. We will